Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about classroom management, wherein we will discuss the principle and how to manage the physical environment in classroom.
So first, it says here that one of the most important roles that teachers play is that of a classroom management. So sabi dyan, napaka-importante na pagkakaroon ng classroom management when it comes to when you are a teacher. Bakit nga ba? Sabi dyan, effective teaching and learning cannot take place in a poorly managed classroom. So, hindi matututo yung mga bata kung hindi na-manage ng maayos yung klase. So, it is very important to have an effective and learning must be there. So, kailangan for you to be able to be an effective teacher, you need to have a classroom managed. Kailangan na manage yung klase mo para matututo ng maayos yung mga student mo. And it says here that a well-managed classroom provides an environment in teaching and learning can flourish. But a well-managed classroom does not came out from nowhere. Kaya nga, pinag-aaral natin yung classroom management so that malaman na natin agad kung ano nga ba yung gagawin natin before and after the class. Sabi dyan, it takes a good deal of effort to create that conducive classroom climate. So the person who is most responsible for creating it is the teacher. So we, as a teacher, we need to manage the class. Tayo mismo yung may responsibilidad kung paano natin mabubuo or maayos yung isang klase. So, what is classroom management? Ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng classroom management? At bakit nga ba natin ito pinag-aaralan? So it says here that classroom management is a process of creating and maintaining orderly classroom. So ibig sabihin, we as a teacher, we create and we maintain orderly classroom. So ibig sabihin, hindi magulo, kumbaga maayos na pamamaraan. So that is what we call as a classroom management. And it says here that a teacher behaviors that create and maintain conditions in the classroom that permits instruction to take place efficiently and effectively. So, kung paano mag-behave or kung paano iayos ng teacher, kung paano yung characteristic ng teacher as to create and maintain the condition of the classroom. So, si teacher mismo, yung magpa-process noon kung ano yung gagawin niya, malaman natin. And permits instruction to take place efficiently and effectively. Ulitin ko po, hindi po tayo magkakaroon ng classroom management or hindi po tayo magkakaroon ng effective and efficient na turo kung walang classroom management. Okay, so bakit nga ba natin pinag-aaralan ang classroom management? Why classroom management? First, this is the primary purpose to gain control of the classroom. So, siya po yung nangunguna dapat na purpose natin to gain control of the classroom. Kung hindi natin makokontrol yung classroom, tayo mismo yung kokontrol niya. So, it is very important na yung pag-manage ng class, yung susundin natin. Next, good classroom management results in high levels of student engagement time. Pag yung classroom mo is manageable, it results into a high levels of student engagement time. Mas matututo yung bata. Kumbaga, yung oras mo is hindi sayang pag meron kang good classroom management. Next, to provide a conducive learning environment to the learners. So, pinag-aaral natin yung classroom management and kailangan natin i-apply to provide a conducive learning environment to the learners. It's very important na mag-provide tayo ng conducive learning. Pero kung hindi na-manage yung class, walang mapupuntahan yung conducive learning natin. And classroom management is the best utilization of classroom time. Mas fit yung time mo, kumbaga eksakto, walang nasasayang na oras. That is the best utilization of classroom time. Malalaman natin mamaya kung bakit. It says here that social development by inculcation social skills. So, social development, magkakaroon tayo ng social development and inculcation social skills.
So, let's talk about the principles in classroom management. It is cited by James H. Strunch in his book Qualities of Effective Teachers. Number 1. Consistent, proactive discipline is the crux of effective classroom management. From the word consistency, you need to be consistent with your classroom management. Prevention is better than cure. Says that prevention is better than cure. So the reason why we tackle about classroom management is to prevent unnecessarily actions that will happen during the classroom setup. If we are proactive in our approach to discipline, we prevent unnecessary disciplinary problems from cropping up. You have a proactive approach if you manage the class, wherein you can discipline your students well. To be consistent in our classroom management, we apply at all times. It establish rules and policies to all pupils, students, regardless of grade, color, economic status, academic standing in class. So, being consistent is the key in classroom management. We apply at all times. And maybe between 2 to 3 months, establish the rules and policies so that it automatically sink in their mind. And of course, we need to apply at all times because not all your students easily memorize the rules and policies of the classroom. Number 2, establish routines for all daily tasks and needs. Dole says routinization makes classroom activities less susceptible to breakdowns and interruptions because students know the normal sequence of events and what is expected of them. So, establishing routines for all daily tasks and needs, it helps the students to prioritize their daily tasks and to be responsible of it. Number 3, orchestrate smooth transitions and continuity of momentum throughout the day. Smooth transitions and continuity of momentum throughout the day ensure us that every instructional moment is made use of wisely. Smooth transitions, that means the flow every single you take or the sequence inside the classroom. And continuity of momentum to continue what you are doing throughout the day. Ensure us that every instructional moment is made use of wisely. That means we should understand or it explain the instruction clearly. Number 4, strike a balance between variety and challenge in students' activity. A variety of student activities will ensure that students' multiple intelligences and varied learning styles are considered in the conduct of student activities. Most of the time, our activities fall under the linguistically intelligent group category. That means we should balance between variety and challenges in students' activity through giving a individual activities just to assure that they really understand the topic, and then giving them a activity which is group by group. Therefore, they will interact with each other and giving their suggestions or opinions so that the topic will really understand each and every one. Number 5, as classroom manager, be aware of all actions and activities in the classroom. Our heightened awareness of everything that is happening in our classroom puts our pupils and students on their toes all the time. While our back faces to them when we write on the board, our eyes on the back of our head will make our pupils and students feel that we know what they are doing. This is what Conan calls with-itness. That means even though you're busy writing on the board, but at least you know your students what they are doing. Some students are busy doing something that is not related to your topic. Number 6, resolve minor inattention and disruption before they become major disruptions. The old adage, as teach on time saves 9, aptly applies here. We don't wait We don't wait until our class is out of control. Misdemeanor has a ripple effect if not checked early. Conflagration begins with a spark. Put out the spark early enough to avoid conflagration. We ought to respond to inappropriate behavior promptly. Number 7, reinforce positive behavior. Be generous with genuine praise. Some teachers are quite stingy with praise. These are the teachers who think they will become less when they praise others. They have so-called subtraction mentality. Other teachers are over-generous with their praise. Their praises overflow so much that they give praise when it is not appropriate. For our praise to genuine, it must be given according to merit. It is our way of appreciating and recognizing hard work and good behavior. For example is, if one of your students answer your one question briefly, then it is not understandable by his or her classmate what he or she pointing out to your question. Then you as a teacher reinforce his explanation just to improve and develop. Then it may be understandable by his or her classmate. Number 8, treat minor disturbance calmly. Do not make a mountain out of a mole. If a stern look or gesture can kill the inappropriate behavior, so be it. That's the end, period. Let us not make a fuss about it. Treat minor disturbance calmly. Yes, you should treat minor disturbance calmly, not to be shouted. Because if you will shout or get mad, it may a major disturbance, and who is inside the classroom will be affected. Number 9, work out a physical arrangement of chairs that facilitates an interactive teaching-learning process. There is no doubt that external environment affect us. The most common arrangement of tables and chairs in the classroom is one where the teacher's table and chairs are in front and the student's desk or chairs are arranged in rows facing the teacher. This seat arrangement does not always enhance interaction among students. Let us work for a flexible seating arrangement where we can rearrange seats or desks to suit our learning needs and conditions.
We're bringing you the topic Classroom Management. So the first thing in my classroom management plan is setup, classroom setup. This means that you should have a classroom in which the students feel comfortable coming into. This means maybe some nice decoration, some corners where you can display their pictures or work that they do in the class or projects and so on. Also, more importantly, is seating arrangement. You need to have a classroom in which you have enough space to walk around. You must be able to make eye contact with your students at all times, and they must be able to see you at all times. Take a look at this picture. The picture on the left shows a classroom in which the students are sitting too close to each other, which means that it will be hard for you to see the students at the back, and it will be hard for the students at the back to see you. This will lead to them talking to each other because they cannot see the teacher, and if they cannot see the teacher, it is almost the same as if there is no teacher. Now, as you can see, there is no space for the teacher to walk around, no space for the students to stand up and perhaps do activities in the class. If you take a look at the picture on the right, you will see that there is plenty of room in the class. Students can stand up, you can walk around, you can see all the students, and it is also nicely decorated. So a good setup is always going to be very helpful for managing your class. Thank you for watching.
Number 10. Make good use of every instructional moment. Minimize discipline time to maximize instructional time. That means you should instruct your students calmly. If ever you have an announcement.
Managing the physical environment. Furniture arrangement. The physical features in the classroom must be located in areas where the contents could be viewed will be made available for share. Well arranged, they make the room look spacious and orderly. So when we talk furniture arrangement, it's all about how to arrange your furniture like table, chairs, and etc. So furniture arrangement, it can help us how to design our classroom. So furniture arrangement, each space for furniture in our house suited the style of the house. Seating arrangement. The seating arrangement deserves foremost consideration since the students stay in each at the longest time during the day. They either remain seated if there is a lecture, demonstration, or leave every now and then to gather the materials needed for an experiment or to operate a single equipment. When we talk seating arrangement, ito ay kung paano natin ina-arrange yung upuan ng estudyante. So for example, once na mag-lecture na si teacher, kung ano yung binigay sa'yo na arrangement, seating arrangement, dun ka na uupo. Physical condition of the classroom. Clean rooms, hallways, and surroundings are wholesome places to stay in. The teacher should schedule who is responsible for their neatness on a regular basis. Physical condition of the classroom. Ito ay yung malinis na paaralan at kapaligiran na ginatambayan natin. So, yung isang teacher natin is mabibigay siya ng schedule para maglinis tayo sa classroom. Establishing classroom routine. Establishing effective classroom routines early in the school year helps keep your classroom running smoothly and ensure that no time is wasted while students wonder what they should be doing during times of transition. Classroom routines are important for effective classroom management for many reasons. So establishing classroom routine. So we have bell ringers. So maximize instructional time. Then entering class. This is begin class on time. Leaving class, work until almost the bell. Turning in work, establish a system. And using the restroom, maximize the interruption.
Explain the routine to your classmate. Tell your students why the routine is important and what you expect them to do as part of the routine. If you want your students to enter the classroom quietly in the morning and select a book to read, explain how entering the room this way helps get the day started quickly. Define what quietly means, because without clarification, some students may consider quietly to mean a whisper voice, while others will take it to mean no talking. Allow students to ask questions about the routine and your expectations. Model your expectations. Act out in detail what you expect from students when completing a routine. Break the routine down and narrate what you are doing. Show each step of the routine and how it should be properly completed. Have students practice the routine. Select one or two well-behaved students to demonstrate the routine first, allowing the class to see how the routine should be completed by a student. Once students all understand what is expected, have the whole class practice the routine. Younger students may benefit from completing the routine one step at a time before practicing the whole routine at once. Have students practice the routine until the class feels comfortable completing the routine without teacher assistant. Implement the routine in your day. Once students understand the routine, have them complete it during the day. As you implement the routine, remind students of the proper procedure and your expectations, making your reminders less detailed until they are able to complete the task completely on their own. And last but not the least, review your routine as necessary. If the class struggles to remember the routine or has trouble completing the routine after a break from school, review your expectations and have students practice the proper way to complete the routine again.
Routines. Now, what does this mean? It is very important to tell the students on the first day, especially if it's their first year of school, how we want them to behave in our class. A lot of the times the students misbehave simply because they don't know what actually the right thing is, the right thing to do. So thank you for watching.